1:14 a.m. I'm not an early riser, y'all. Y'all will never see me waking up at 4, 5, 6 a.m. talking about day in the life. So, um, I am really about to get the next 3 hours of focused work in because I'm so excited to be working on this freelance project that I'm working on now. It's with an agency in New York, and I'm just gonna help them with a big project that they have for the next month or so. And then after that, I have another freelance gig. So I am so happy because all the work that I was doing before I got here, and when I got here to pitch myself and market myself online and reach out to people, it's like manifesting. Like people are reaching out and finally getting back to me. Like I guess after the holidays, saying, "Hey, we have information. What are you good at? What do you need to? What do you like to work on? Blah blah blah." So I really have to kind of set more structure in my days. That's why I really wanted to wake up earlier this morning and get a head start. But whatever, things happen. So I'm about to do some work. Okay, the time is now literally like 1:20 p.m. I am honestly exhausted. I'm not exhausted, but I just finished my first work sprint. As I said, I just worked for like 3 hours straight, 3.5 hours straight. I'm about to have like a daily meeting stand up in about 5 minutes where we just review how our part of the project is going and then we get off the phone. So this has been my week for the last week, and it's probably going to look like this for the next couple of months, give or take whatever projects I have that I'm doing. But I just made a weak ass salad. Y'all saw me make it. And I say it's weak because I don't really have everything I would have liked. So I'm going to do a separate video on this, or maybe by the time you see this, that video will already be done. But getting groceries in Barbados has been a bit of a struggle for me. Not because I don't have a car, but just because it's not cheap. Like it's not cheap. So it's been a little bit daunting trying to get everything that I actually like to eat from one store. Or maybe I'll go to one store and freaking shrimp will be $36. But you know, I don't want to go to another store because I'm just trying to get home. So I'm actually moving out of my first apartment that I've been in for the last 6 weeks on Friday, and I'm excited to just move in with my roommate and be down closer to all my friends because I just feel like my life will significantly increase. Okay, can I be totally honest and say that I totally forgot I was filming a day in the life video? Okay, so right now it's 6 o'clock, and after y'all saw me in my meeting earlier, I did do more work for like 2 hours, and I took a nap. So after I woke up from my nap, I tried to do some TikToks. Right now I'm so obsessed with TikTok. Like I feel like clearly I'm late on the wave, yeah, but I'm so obsessed. So I was trying to make some TikToks, they didn't turn out right. So right now I'm literally about to, I guess you could say, start my second shift. I'm not about to work long, but I just do need to finish some more stuff up so that I can be at a good starting point in the morning. I'm about to order some food because I just really don't feel like cooking. Let's see if I can see the sunset. Hey y'all, good morning. Today is Friday, January 15th, and I am doing some work in my little work set up here, as you can see. But today is my last day in my beautiful beachside uh, Airbnb slash apartment condo. This is the first place that I stayed right out of quarantine in Barbados. It feels like the end of an era because it's been 6 weeks since I've been in Barbados, and the first, I want to say, 5 weeks were a blast, amazing. And I know that there's more fun times to come, but we are just on a 9 o'clock p.m. curfew right now, so there's not much happening because, as y'all saw, I was basically going out every day. The nightlife in Barbados there's a lot to do, honestly. So right now I'm about to finish up some work, and I have a hard stop today because last night, as you saw, I packed up my clothes and I'm about to pack up just groceries before I leave. But I'm going to have to stop and go to my friend's house where I will be staying for the next week. Some very quick advice: if you ever decide to move out of the country, whether it's just an extended vacation, a long-term visit, whatever it is, I would advise you to have someone, maybe the realtor or whoever you're going to work with, take videos of the place, because this place looked exactly like the videos. It exceeded my expectations. So the lady that I was working with, she took videos of all the places that she was trying to get me to rent out. So that was just really helpful. So one piece of advice is have somebody be able to take either really good photos or just a video, because with the video you can't cheat that. You can't fake a video. Or also, if you know you're gonna be somewhere for like maybe a month, 2 months, 6 months, don't be in a rush to sign a lease, for the whole time. So if you know you're gonna be somewhere for like a couple months, I would just hop around, honestly, because this place, while it's beautiful and it's right on the beach, it's a little far. It's not walkable, so I can't just walk out and get things I need because I don't have a car. Like, I had to kind of taxi around, and especially where all of my friends live, they live kind of on a different part of the island. So the place that I'm moving to next is perfect. I can walk around everywhere. It's close to the beach, so I would advise you to just test some places out. Get an Airbnb or get a short-term rental for like 4 or 5 weeks, and then maybe go to another place that you might feel is in a better location for you. That's just some advice on if you want to take an extended vacation. Just don't jump out there and sign like a 6-8 month lease, or don't stay in one place for too long, because you'll limit yourself on like what you can explore and stuff, especially if you don't have a car. So okay, well, I am about to say goodbye to this view. There will be a lot more views, of course, but waking up to this one every morning has been the highlight of my first part of me living here. So as I said earlier, I was moving out of my Airbnb, and I just had like a mini meltdown. Like, so I packed up all my stuff, and I think that I'm happy that I didn't accumulate a lot of shit. Like I said, I'm happy that I just wasn't buying stuff and not thinking about how I'm gonna get it to like my next apartment. Basically, everything packed up perfectly for me. Like, I packed some groceries, like the groceries I had in the fridge, and I packed up all my clothes. I had no extra bags, so I'm proud of myself for that. But just like, and it's not the fact that I had to like leave my Airbnb and that I'm staying with a friend for a week. Like, I'm so happy. Before I get into what I'm about to say, I just want y'all, if y'all are going to live out the country, do not leave without at least knowing 1 or 2 people. Like this, I would have went back home if I didn't know people here. Like, my friend is literally letting me stay at her house for a week before I get my second apartment, and like, things would just be a lot harder if I didn't know people. But I think that what I'm trying to illustrate is regardless of where you go, what you plan for, there's going to be a lot of things that just go wrong, honestly. And living in another country solo and just traveling solo really teaches me to like trust myself, and it just really teaches me more confidence in myself to figure shit out, to just get myself out of situations where I would normally like, rely on other people. I think moving to another country has really taught me true self-reliance and independence. So like Barbados has like a Uber, and I want to say that lightly, but they have like this startup here that is just like Uber, but it's not a lot of drivers on the app. So it works just like Uber or Lyft, where you request a ride and they take you to where you want to go. So um, I basically put in not the exact address, and I had to use my phone. I had to give my phone to the driver to navigate right to my friend's doorstep because we were kind of like just lost. So I had like all my shit, all my suitcases. Y'all already seen my other video. And like, it was just stressful because it was just like, I was navigating that alone. You know what I mean? It's just like when you move somewhere solo or when you're just solo, it makes you just feel like, dang, I wish I had another person here with me, like a friend or, a partner, like just so we can just be getting through this together. But that's the main thing about living here and just moving here solo is that I just feel like really like, okay, I gotta figure this shit out. Like if something happens, like of course I have a support system, I have friends I can call or whatever, but at the end of the day, you really want to just figure things out yourself and just be prepared to figure things out yourself. Like so today. So um that was fine. But the issue is like my phone here, when you use your phone's data internationally, is hella expensive. So we got lost. I had to use my phone to navigate on Google Maps. And in my head, I'm like, damn, my phone bill is about to be through the roof again. But I caught myself and I had to say, like, I'm just grateful that my phone works because when I first got here for the first 2 or 3 weeks, my phone was not working at all. Like, I could not do anything off Wi-Fi. So I caught myself being frustrated and sad and feeling sorry for myself. But I was just grateful that my phone was working because we navigated to my friend's house. Perfect. Brought all my stuff in. I ate my food and I was chilling. But oh, another thing is, when you travel solo or when you move solo, you just gotta like be flexible. That's what I'm talking about. Like, since living here, I've learned how to just roll with what's happening, be flexible. Don't be so like uptight because I was in the Uber and I was like, hey, can you stop me by this gas station? And of course, I know it's gonna charge me while I go in the gas station and get some food and snacks, but you just gotta roll with it. Like, you can't stick to a plan, honestly. Since living here, I realized that I cannot just stick to one plan. I have to be flexible, be adaptable, and just go with the flow. So that's another thing. Like, the Uber got lost, had to use my phone, use my data. We stopped, we got some food, and then that was fine. I was on my way. Another thing is, so when I found my second apartment, me and my roommate, we had to transfer like, our deposit to like the landlord or whatever, the deposit, the rent, blah, blah, blah. Just like, and this is another thing to being flexible and being open to learning and like figuring shit out on your own. So she gave me all the bank account information to transfer from my US bank account to their Barbados bank account. And the transfer kept coming back to me like 2 or 3 times already. So I had to figure out that I was sending it in the wrong currency because even though they had, I think like maybe, I think they have a Barbados bank account, but I think that that account that they have set up for accepting rent and deposits, you can send it in USD. So I learned something new today that like my bank kept sending me the money back because they were like, hey girl, you're trying to send this in Barbados dollars, but this account only accepts US dollars. Like, it's just stuff like that, like with the rental process. But I want to say that the rental process has been super easy outside of just nuances of converting the currency. First of all, I have not had my credit checked like at all for nothing. And that's been a huge blessing because in the United States, you get that stress of like checking your credit and all this stuff when you need to find somewhere to stay, but that's not been an issue here. As long as you have cash, you have the place basically. So it's just small nuances that I want to share with y'all as far as my experience, because today, like, if I'm like being honest, like when I woke up this morning, I was looking at flights to Atlanta, and it has less to do with me hating it here, but like we're about to go into like maybe like week 2 or 3 of a curfew, a 9 o'clock curfew. On New Year's Eve, like Barbados got shut down, and we've basically been on a 9 o'clock curfew for a week and a half, maybe like 2 weeks. And that has been really getting to me because, like I told y'all, my first apartment was a little further from where their things are. It was unwalkable and like it was away from my friends. So I was just starting to feel like every day was the same, like I was at home in Atlanta. And it's like I moved here, to not feel like that, to kind of have like new experiences and to just get myself out of my comfort zone. So, like, when I woke up this morning, I was just feeling very displaced and just very, very, very alone. And I had felt like that over the last week because of the curfew. Like, Barbados already runs on island time, and like things don't operate on business hours. So if everybody has to go home and be shut down by 9 o'clock, businesses start to close at like 6 o'clock and 7. So it's hard. Like if you need food, you have to figure out, get some groceries during the day, during your schedule, figure out how you're gonna get groceries, get food, get toiletries. So over the last week, or so, honestly, it's been very difficult to just plan around, I need to eat. Okay, when can I start working to take a taxi to get some food or get some food delivered or see what time they stop delivering. So I'm glad that that's coming to an end because I'm about to move in the same building with all my friends, and I just know that like I won't feel like so alone anymore. Okay, so I don't know how this video is gonna go, but today is Tuesday, January 20th, January 19th. I don't know, it's a Tuesday. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Day in the United States. So, this is what I've been doing over the last week. On Friday, y'all saw that I moved into my friend's apartment. It's so cute, so cute. And then Saturday, we woke up, went to the beach, came home, chilled. Sunday was just like a regular lazy day. I didn't do much on Sunday. I caught up on some sleep, and I was just watching like Netflix. And then, we went to the grocery store early Sunday morning. Yesterday was Monday, MLK Day. I had a very nice lunch day. It was really fun. My friend came and got me, and we went and got some sushi. I was excited for that because that was my first time eating sushi here. It was so good, so good. Then we went to the wine store after and got some wine. I came back home and I finished my work. If I've talked about this, I don't know, just fast forward it. But before I came to Barbados, I made the decision to quit my full-time corporate job because I've always wanted to be location independent, meaning I can live wherever or I can go home and travel, see my friends and just work from wherever I am. So, of course, I was hella nervous doing that because when you jump into full-time freelancing, or whether you have a business or whatever you're doing, you have to like pick up that hustle. When you go to your job every day, regardless of what you do or how long you work, especially if you're on a salary, you're going to get paid the same amount. And that stability is there of like, your health benefits, or just like, I don't know, going to the therapist or dentist, like all of that is taken care of in your salary package, your paycheck. When you're freelancing, I've had to really shift my mindset around being a self-starter and managing my day in a efficient way that's going to get me results. So when I first came here in Barbados, I had some income. However, my goal was to secure at least 6 to 8 months of freelance work. And I didn't want to be working 2 or 3 different projects, splitting up my time, making myself more confused and stressed out. My goal was to pitch myself to like agencies, and then like just pitch myself to people who would want my work on a longer term contract. So I am very excited because I literally wrote down, like when I first moved here, I was living in the moment and I was like exploring and going out and shit. But like during the day, of course, I would just be so like stressed and anxious about, when something is not guaranteed, when you don't know for sure if something is going to happen, you just feel that in your, energy or whatever. So I was like, oh God, what if I just never get I was basically like, what if I just never get a job? Like, what if I just, what if nobody ever applies to me? What if nobody ever, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I was just like nervous as hell. But one day I literally had to just let it go. Like, and I was like, Courtney, you're doing all the right things. So when you do all the right things, when you wake up, structure your day, pitch to people, interview, talk about what you can bring to a team. When you wake up and do the right things every day, I think that really, regardless, it might take longer than you think, things are gonna start coming your way. Okay, today is Saturday, January 30th, and we decided we decided that this is the last weekend that we can really stay out until 9 o'clock, because as I've been talking about before, Barbados has been on a curfew since December 31st, and it's about to be even more strict when it starts on this upcoming Wednesday at it's gonna go from 9 p.m. to 7 p.m. So me and my friends just decided that we're just gonna take full advantage of it for the next 4 or 5 days, staying out until 9 o'clock and then just going to each other's house or whatever. So we're about to go get dinner from a fancy Thai Indian restaurant as one of our last meals, because restaurants are also closing for about 9 or 10 days. So let's see how that goes.
Character. So then, why?